Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. More record-high temperatures are expected across the Northwest, Texas, and Florida. Meanwhile, severe storms are possible ahead of a frontal boundary across portions of the upper Midwest. Monsoonal moisture will aid with the development of mainly afternoon and evening showers and storms. Isolated flash flooding is possible in vulnerable areas. Closer to home, isolated mountain storms with a slight chance of storms over the lowlands. Temperatures warming up once again. Otherwise, no hazardous weather is expected. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. To contact information for police, fire, and EMS, well, there's no longer any dispatchers physically housed in the Alamogordo Police Department. For now, the red button within the PD lobby will not connect you to dispatch. The number to reach the Tularosa Basin Regional Dispatch Authority is 575-437-2210. That's for non-emergencies. Emergencies, of course, will still be 911. When you call the Alamogordo Police Department at 439-4300 and press 1 to make a non-emergency report, it will route you to the Tularosa Basin Regional Dispatch Authority. The Republican Party of Otero County's monthly meeting is a week from tomorrow. We heard from Chairman J.P. Barella.
Well, we have Rebecca Dow. She is coming down and having a parent empowerment. It's basically, depending on your school system, ways to get into their permanent folder that you want to be involved in your children and whatever the school is doing with the children. And then with Ethel Mahard, she does protection of the unborn, and she's coming in and speaking about what her organization's been doing and what they may possibly need help with.
See the Republican Party of Otero County Facebook page for details. Keep Tularosa Beautiful is having a cleanup day at the Tularosa Truck Stop on September 23rd from 9 until 10:30. If you have any questions, please contact Rusty Helton at keeptularosabeautiful@yahoo.com or Keep Tularosa Beautiful on Facebook. Runner's Refuge continues to help those in need by putting a roof over their heads and a meal in their bellies. But this type of community service costs a lot of money. Runner's Refuge is in need of money, and here's how you can help.
There's different ways that you can do that. You can mail us a check at 601 Delaware, or you can get onto the website at runnersrefuge.org, and there's a little give button in there, and then there's a pull-down tab that you can specifically give to Alamogordo. So you know that if you're from Alamogordo, you're from Otero County, your money's going to stay here and help people that are here off the street. So you just have to open up that little pull-down menu in there, click on Alamogordo, New Mexico, Runner's Refuge, and then there's a give button that you can give one time, or you can give monthly, or you can give, a donation for the year. Depends on how God leads you to do that. That's probably the best way to do it because it's easy, it's paperless.
Look up Runner's Refuge on Facebook for more details. Well, today is Wednesday. Time now for our weekly report from Love Inc. Let's go now to Susan Payne.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Susan with Love Inc. of Otero County. Just a reminder, of course, about our fundraiser. I've been trying to keep you posted on that. It's coming along nicely, and we're scheduled for September 9th. It's called A Love Affair to Remember, and should be a lot of fun. Tickets are on sale at either our offices or at the Center of Commerce. For more information, you can certainly call us at 575-439-4812. Also, next Thursday, August 24th, we're starting a new class, a new series called Affirming Potential. It's a great class. I've had a lot of success with this class. Remember, classes are free child care, and there is a meal provided at 6 o'clock. Class will start at 6:30. It is a 12-week class that's scheduled to end around the middle of November. So if you want more information about that, again, please call our offices. This Thursday, we are hosting the Alamogordo Area Ministerial Alliance. We do this about twice a year. It's a great opportunity for us to get in front of all the pastors in the community and just let them know what Love Inc. is up to. Of course, part of our support does come from the local churches. So we are excited to do that, and that'll be this Thursday at 11:30. And if you are interested in attending that meeting as well, please call us at 575-439-4812, and lunch starts at 11:30. That's about it for now. A lot going on. We're gearing up for school. Of course, backpacks will be starting up, and I'll be talking about that. We are looking for donations for that program, and I'll be talking about that next week. Until next week, everybody have a blessed week.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Alamogordo Center of Commerce presents the 3rd annual Tularosa Basin Open Golf Tournament, Saturday, August 26th at Desert Lakes Golf Course, featuring celebrity guest John Carlos. Contact the Center of Commerce today to sponsor our guest speaker, breakfast and lunch, golf handbag, and more. Golfers, call Desert Lakes at 575-439-0290 to secure your spot in the 4-man scramble best ball tournament. See you on the green.
The Santa Fe Public School District, its board, and school officials are listed on a lawsuit alleging an on-campus drugging and rape in 2020. The lawsuit lists 2 Santa Fe school officials, Santa Fe High School Principal Rachel Harris and School District Superintendent Hilario Chavez. 2 former students are listed as defendants as well, Badr El Badri and Amin Behalyam. El Badri has separately been accused of dealing drugs, involvement in a shooting, and violence toward a teacher. El Badri allegedly gave the victim a Xanax. She then began to feel disoriented, unsteady, and eventually became unconscious. El Badri then asked Behalyam if El Badri could use Behalyam's vehicle. The victim was taken across campus where the lawsuit says she was sexually assaulted and raped. The victim found herself in a porta potty. She was transported to the hospital where a sexual assault examination found that she was drugged and raped. The lawsuit cites several counts against the defendants. Yesterday at around 7:30 a.m., a Roswell Independent School District bus came to a stop at an intersection and then turned onto US 285. But when the bus turned, it crossed into the path of an oncoming pickup truck. The New Mexico State Police say the school bus was carrying around 34 children at the time, and luckily no one left the scene with any major injuries. The 56-year-old female driver of the pickup truck and a 4-year-old passenger with her were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police report that one child from the school bus was transported to the hospital, also with non-life-threatening injuries. The bus driver has been issued a citation, and the New Mexico State Police are continuing to investigate the crash. A couple of days back, we discussed how it appears congressional candidate Yvette Harrell accepted a donation from a so-called fake elector. Yesterday, we mentioned former President Donald Trump and 18 others were indicted by a grand jury in Fulton County, Georgia, accused of trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election in that state. This is the second indictment which alleges Trump tried to interfere in the 2020 election. Both indictments mention the state of New Mexico as part of the investigation and alleged efforts. The Director of Communications for the Attorney General, Lauren Rodriguez, released the following statement. It reads, quote, "The prior administration referred this matter to the United States Department of Justice, and we have been in regular contact with the department about its progress. In addition, Attorney General Torres ordered a separate inquiry to determine whether the alleged conduct violated state law. That inquiry is ongoing, and now that Special Counsel Jack Smith has unsealed a federal indictment referencing specific conduct in New Mexico, we will work with his office to obtain any and all evidence relevant to the state's inquiry. Our paramount concern is to gather a complete factual record before making any formal decision in this matter and to coordinate our efforts with our federal law enforcement partners in a manner that best secures the public's faith in the integrity of the electoral process." Close quote. The final draft of the permit, which allows more radioactive waste to be stored in New Mexico, has been published. The state's Environment Department will hold public meetings to explain the permit that will let nuclear programs around the U.S. dispose of their waste at the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant. The underground storage facility near Carlsbad is already home to tens of thousands of containers of waste. Now the state is set to issue a permit to allow the U.S. Department of Energy and Salado Isolation mining contractors to store more transuranic waste at the site. The permit has drawn criticism from community members and politicians alike. As part of the plan's public comment period, the mayor of Carlsbad, Dale Janway, submitted an opposition letter. But the New Mexico Environment Department Cabinet Secretary James Kenney said communities in New Mexico and around the U.S. benefit from the cleanup of legacy waste and its disposal at WIPP. The Environment Department says they will issue the final permit in October. Public comment is open until September 22nd, and the department will hold a public meeting from 5 until 7 p.m. on Friday, September 22nd. New Mexico's cannabis regulators are proposing changes to rules regarding licenses to sell cannabis. Among other changes, the proposal will require applicants to complete a cannabis education course. The Cannabis Control Division regulates the cannabis industry in the state of New Mexico. They are planning a public rule hearing on August 31st to discuss the proposed licensure changes. If approved, the Cannabis Control Division could begin requiring on-site inspections prior to licensing a cannabis business. They could also require proof of education on the cannabis industry broadly, New Mexico laws and rules related to the cannabis industry, financial preparedness for operating within the cannabis industry, and other topics. In addition to those changes, the Cannabis Control Division is also considering ending the rule which allows applicants to apply for variances from the rules. The proposed changes come after some businesses have been accused of breaking the law and selling out-of-state cannabis. A new report from Wallet Hub, which analyzed 51 different factors, including economy, health, education, affordability, and safety for each state, finds that New Mexico is statistically the worst state to live in. The state's best ranking came in the economy subcategory, where New Mexico ranked 25th. The Land of Enchantment ranked 31st in terms of quality of life. When it came to health, however, New Mexico came in 47th. It ranked 50th in safety, 49th in crime, and 48th in poverty, indicating the third highest poverty rate in the U.S. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
With the fall season approaching, high school sports are getting underway. This means the New Mexico Activities Association's new crackdown on bad behavior for players, fans, and coaches is now in effect. The NMAA implemented a new two-strikes rule in the off-season. The rule bans anyone, including spectators, from engaging in unsportsmanlike conduct 2 or more times at the same school within the same season. The banned conduct includes violence, constant verbal assaults on officials, inappropriate chants, or demeaning comments. If the bad behavior occurs at the end of the season, the penalty may be applied to the following year.
This is an extension of the classroom. We are education-based athletics. And although we have to think about it as the football field, the basketball court, that is our classroom. Those are our kids that we need to teach lifelong skills for.
NMAA's Executive Director, Sally Marquez. The NMAA says it will notify schools when a first offense has occurred. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies and a 20% chance of showers and storms. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 93. Low tonight of 71. High tomorrow, 96 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 40% chance of showers and storms. Partly cloudy tonight and mostly sunny tomorrow with a 50% chance of showers and storms. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 71. Low tonight of 52. High tomorrow, 74 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. We thank those that have subscribed to our channel and invite you, if you have not yet done so, to please subscribe so you know when we release a new video. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.